Hi, welcome back to my channel Bookmark by Ankita. Today we'll be talking about book piracy, and by book piracy I don't mean to get into the problem of book piracy and why we should not get pirated books. We all know that we should not buy pirated books because the authors will not get their due, and also there are a lot of other problems with pirated books like page quality and alignment of the pages and everything. But why, in spite of knowing everything, in spite of being aware about the problems associated with book piracy, people in India are so comfortable in buying pirated books in huge numbers? Today, social media platforms like BookTube and Bookstagram are heavily influencing the book market. They are responsible for popularity of the book as well as their sales. And the more a book gets popular on social media, more is the risk involved of getting a huge number of pirated copies of that book being printed. So let's try to understand that in spite of knowing all the problems associated with book piracy, why I don't see an end to this book piracy in India. And the number one reason for that is the huge cost of the books. Today, if you go out to get the original copy of a very popular title, then definitely you will have to pay at least 4 to 500 rupees, because right now none of the popular books are selling below 300. If someone asks me what is the one thing I got from my adult money, it will be books, because growing up I did not have access to all these. In my family, for my parents, anything not related to academics was not worth spending any money on, and I think for most of us that is the case. I've repeated this multiple times that books are luxury and they are expensive, especially the books of popular authors today like Sally Rooney, Khalid Hosseini, or Emily Henry or Frederick Backman. Their books are selling anything between 300 to 500, and if you are from an India family, then I don't think your parents will be happy about you spending 300 to 500 rupees on a book of 2 to 300 pages. That is why I see so many young readers buying pirated books. The second reason is the easy accessibility to pirated books, which come out as a cheaper alternative to all the expensive books that you have been wishlisting, influenced by the social media. And by the access, I mean the access to pirated books in all the forms, including physical and digital copy. When it comes to physical books, then I have seen a lot of pirated books being sold openly at markets like Daryaganj or Mahila Hat. If you have been to Mahila Hat, then you would have definitely seen pirated copy of almost every popular book out there being sold at rupees 100 to 150 at max. And I see so many people buying those because they are actually indifferent to the quality of book as long as they get to read the text of the book. In spite of pages being inferior and print quality and everything, people still buy those pirated books in huge number, and that's just because of the cost concern. If you're getting 3 books at the cost of 1, then definitely you'll be tempted to buy these pirated books. Let's also talk about the online platforms that are openly selling pirated books. Today, if you go and look for a book on Flipkart or Amazon, then you will find 4 to 5 listing of same book, each listed at different price. And definitely if you're paying a low price for a book, then before even getting the book in your hand, you can tell that you will be getting a pirated copy. I have seen books on Meesho being sold at 1/4 of the actual price, and sometimes I've even seen a whole series of the books being sold at the price of one original book of the series. So definitely these books are going to be pirated, but yet I see so many people buying these pirated books every day. And the last and the final outlet of pirated books is the internet. I have seen a lot of e-books being circulated on the internet. In fact, I myself have read Gunaho Ka Devta for the first time from a PDF I downloaded from the internet. And from the moment I have read that book, I have craved to own a physical copy of that book. And whenever I go out to buy a book, then choosing between a book that I've already read in a PDF and a new book, definitely I'm going to buy a new book. But deep down in my heart, I really want to own a physical copy of Gunaho Ka Devta. So anyone out there, if you want to give me something, then you know what you need to buy. Finally, let's discuss the third point, which I feel is the most important reason behind book piracy, is the lack of libraries in India. When is the last time that you went to a public library, used your membership card and rented a book for a week or so? For me, honestly, it was in my school days, because in my engineering college, I don't remember seeing a shelf of novels. Maybe because I was so much involved in my academics that I did not bother to look into the section, or maybe because it was an engineering college, it was full of books related to engineering. And I think that arts colleges dealing with English or Hindi literature might be having a huge collection of novels in their library. But apart from that, I have not seen any public library near my home. Here in my locality, library has got a completely different meaning. Here in the name of library, you get a place for self-study. So if you have a library nearby where you can use a membership to rent a book, then I am totally jealous of you. And I think India is really in a need of library movement 2.0, and this time to tackle piracy. So these were the reasons that I feel are responsible for promoting piracy in India in a way. If you also agree with me, then let me know your opinion in the comment box. Before ending this video, let's discuss a few ways by which you can avoid book piracy. And the first way to do that is reading ebooks. And by e-readers, I don't mean buying a Kindle, because honestly e-readers are expensive, and in the context that we are talking right now, e-reader is not an option. So I'll tell you two ways you can read ebooks for free. First one is Google Books and the second one is Apple Books if you are an Apple user. These are amazing platforms which have huge collection of books, especially when it comes to classics which have had their life and are now copyright free. You will easily find them. If you want to avoid piracy and read original books, then you should definitely go Google Books or Apple Books. Unless you want to build a library of your own, if you really want to read a physical book, then you should definitely go and ask your friend first, because there is no harm in borrowing a book, reading and returning it. But if you still really want to buy a book for your own, then I think you should really save some money aside. Go buy books from book fairs or book sales that keep on happening around you. You just have to keep an eye for it. And there are a lot of platforms that organize book sales online as well as offline, where you can buy your favorite titles at huge discounts. Last and my personal way to get original books at cheaper rates is going and buying them from second-hand bookstores. Second-hand bookstores or old bookstores are the best place to find some gem of books at cheap prices. If you don't have any problem in reading pre-loved or old books, then I think you should definitely check out some old bookstores, because these places have a huge collection of old books. The only thing you need is a lot of patience and time to go through the pile of the books to find the title you are liking. And I bet you will definitely get hidden gems out there. So these were the ways you can avoid piracy, and if none of these ways work for you, then I would say that reading is always better than not reading. So just keep on reading in whatever way it works for you. And with that, we come to the end of the video. If you like this video, then please press the like button and share this video with your friends and family. And if you're really interested in some book related content, then you can subscribe to my channel or follow me on Instagram. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.